And today
Coming
we are
up.
so excited to introduce Sakina, and she is the facial cupping expert.
Okay, Sakina, so you can pick our affirmator for the week. It's our positivity message, set the intention for the episode, and also for the week for Munchie Monday. Perfect. Magic.
Magic.
The little bunny pulling another bunny out of a hat.
This little cap is so good. They're so flexible, you see?
Mm-hmm.
It's really, really nice, super thin. And this one is really good for the eye area, for the lips, to plump the lips, or to work directly into a wrinkle, you know, like when you have you're both very young and you don't have many wrinkles. So when you do the capping, when I show in the tutorial, you mainly follow the path of the natural lymphatic drainage pathway. Okay, so you mainly follow, and you always need to start at the neck, as I explained, because the lymphatic drainage ends up at the neck.
We want to invite you to the first annual Munch Bunch Wellness and Rejuvenation Retreat in the Dominican Republic, November 9th through the 12th, 2023. It will be an all-inclusive retreat meant to refuel you, give you a chance to rest, relax, and network with others in our Munch Bunch family. We will also be talking about ways to get out of your own way so you can live your dreams, build your business, and do what you need to do. So check it out. The link is in the description, and the dates are November 9th through the 12th.
Hello, and welcome to the Munch Bunch podcast. I am your co-host, Megan Vanoy, with my co-host extraordinaire, Kimmy Nishimoto. And today we are so excited to introduce Sakina, and she is the facial cupping expert. If you have seen her on Instagram, on social media, she's amazing. And we are going to talk all about facial cupping and what that means. So Sakina, go ahead and say hi.
Hello, with my French accent that I cannot hide after 20 years in the UK. I mean,
I love it. Don't hide it. Don't hide it. So, and then before we start our episode, of course, we are going to pull our affirmator. So, Kimmy, I will let you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Sakina, so you can pick our affirmator for the week. It's our positivity message, set the intention for the episode, and also for the week for Munchie Monday. So you just tell me when.
Okay, now.
Okay. Perfect. Magic. The little bunny pulling another bunny out of a hat.
Love.
Oh, interesting. What do you make of it?
The theme for the week is magic. I believe in magic. I see evidence of it all the time. And though the tricks can probably be explained away by something sensible and ordinary, I'd rather not ruin the fun. Other people can fill their heads with mere coincidence. I'll fill mine with, holy crap, that's unbelievable.
Great. That fits, that works.
I love it. I love it.
What you do, where you're working during acupressure points and you're working on lymphatic drainage. I'm sure you could do magic by taking a puffy, swollen face, draining it, and seeing the beautiful skin underneath.
Yeah.
All right. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your history, where you're from? Obviously, like you have a French accent, and you're in the UK, so I'm sure there's a story there. And then how you got into facial cupping.
Yeah. I mean, actually, when I was a kid, I was, I don't know, from all my teen years, I used to be sent to the UK for holidays. And my parents were sure I was going to marry an Englishman, you know. And I never kissed an Englishman, actually. Not even kids, like in 30 years, I don't know, 30 years. And actually, I married an Argentinian man, which has nothing to do, but I ended up living in the UK. It's true, it's been 20 years. That's crazy. And so I studied acupuncture actually in the UK. And very quickly after my studies, I went on a cruise ship to practice acupuncture, which was a fantastic experience because on cruises, you see so many patients because, every week you have new people on board. So you see like people that they have a lot of money, generally, they book like 3 sessions of acupuncture. They have like a special package, when they book 3 sessions. So they book 3 sessions in 1 week. And so you see them 3 times and you see many patients, and then they go. And then you have a new crew coming, like new every week. Sometimes it's 2 weeks to go to Hawaii, So I did so many treatments on the cruise ship for like a year. And when I came back, I was doing some cosmetic acupuncture, but not necessarily cupping, because the cupping that you learn as a acupuncturist, you learn with the fire, the fire you put in a glass cup. So it removes the air, and it's forbidden on a cruise ship for obvious safety reason. So no cupping on the cruise. But when I came back, very quickly, I had a patient with a Bell palsy, which is paralysis of one side of the face. And I wanted to do some cupping on her on top of the needle. And but I also didn't want to put like a flame, like fire next to her face. So I Googled, but it's like 13 years ago. It was, 2012, 11 years ago. And there was no facial cup. It wasn't really popular in the UK or anywhere. So I Googled it, and I found some in South Korea. I got them from South Korea. And I started just to follow the path of the nerve, of the trigeminal nerve on the face. And it really helped her so much. She started to regain tonicity in a muscle, which I found amazing. So I started to use like facial cupping on other patients, one who had like another nerve condition called trigeminal neuralgia. Anyway, so it helped her as well. And then I thought, okay, if it's helping all my patients who have like muscle issues, let's add facial cupping to my cosmetic acupuncture treatment. I was doing a lot of cosmetic acupuncture, and the patient just love it so much. So I came up with my protocol. It's not something that I learned outside. It's something that I self-taught, can you say? Self-learn. And but by doing it so much, and my patient loved it so much. And I knew there was a business opportunities because there was nothing out there. And at the end of each treatment, my patients were like, oh, where can I buy the cup? And I didn't want to resell. I knew I could have, but I didn't want to become a retailer in a way. And but then lockdown happened. And when lockdown happened, I moved online. And that's how the facial cupping expert was created, That's it.
I love it. It's so interesting. So, I have been practicing online since 2016. And definitely, 2016. So, and a lot of people kind of like gave sideways eyes or had some like questions and things to say about that. But, especially once, the pandemic hit, and so many people with so many amazing skills were able to take what they know and what they do online and help so many people. And I just think that's so cool.
Yeah. It's another world, a completely different life as well, different way of practicing. It's different, but I love it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like you can help people, no matter where they are. And I just think
and connection. For me, it's the connection with people all over the world. I love it. Mm-hmm. Connecting with women, mostly women, but from all over the world. That's my that's what really brings me the most joy, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Well, you've done an amazing job if this is more like your COVID baby, because you have so many followers. Congratulations on so much growth in just a couple of years. That's fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, I don't focus too much on the followers in a way, because you can have many followers and nobody buys, a number of followers doesn't describe your bank account in a way, you know what I mean? It's like, there was this story about this woman having like 3 million followers, and she had to sell, I think, 30 t-shirts, and she failed, and it's like, like followers, like really matters is to have this connection with the followers, which, I really try to have, and because follower, so it's a great number. I mean, all what I do is really, I just try to give some good content. Mm-hmm. That's really my direction. I don't think too much, I don't try too hard, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's so important, because you're right, like followers versus people who are invested in you because they know, like, and trust you. right? Like
Yeah,
that's what we're looking for as providers, is we want to work with people who know, like, and trust us.
yeah,
And when we can create that safe space for people, that's what's going to end up like making people want to work with you. So some numbers are arbitrary, right? And then others, it's really about, for you, I think so much, it's just about being able to get the message out, because I don't think I even knew about facial cupping,
yeah.
3, 4, 5 years ago, right? And so now you have your
Mhm.
meshes out there, you're giving beautiful content, you're helping people in so many different ways, and you're giving them that opportunity to learn more and to help themselves as well.
Yeah,
I think that's so
Mhm.
beautiful.
yeah. Now it's really, really nice, really nice.
Mhm.
Yeah,
The thing I like about you too is one, you're super humble, you're very nice, you're very approachable. But part two of why you're awesome is you have awesome reels and you have so much good content that you put out. And it's not just like a quick thing. It's like, buy my program right now. It's like,
yeah.
you have your program, which is also very affordable. I was looking at it. I have it in my, it's been ordered and all that stuff. So it's coming to me this week.
Oh, really? That's
yeah.
cool. You should have told me. I would have given you a discount. I would have given them, sent them to you. Anyway, yes.
Yeah, but you have your program where it has like the virtual handbook, and then it also comes with the cup, and then the facial cup, and then the serum. Before we got on the episode, I grabbed my cup that I bought on Amazon that's flexible, but I think yours are better because they're much smaller. When I've tried this on my face, it is nice, but like
On your face, this one. Oh, yo.
That's a big one. That's way too big for your face.
It's really good for the foot. Actually, I just did a video this afternoon about the, when you have pain on the sole of your feet, and this cap is actually really good to put on your heel. If you want to try, if you have any pain, a lot of people have pain on the bottom of their foot. And even if you walk with high heel and stuff, it's a great relief. It's a good cup for that, the shape that you have.
This one is more of a body cup, right?
Yeah, it's a body cup. Don't put that on your face. It's strong. Oh my God.
See, this is why we need you.
Yeah.
Speaking of cups, will you show us kind of your cups?
Yeah, I always. So I have my cups. I have so many at home, and I always use them. Yeah, so I have a facial cup, which is great which is smaller than yours, you see, quite flexible. Yeah, it's for the face, so it's really good for the jawline, really good for the cheek, for the forehead. And then I have a smaller cup, but not as small. I mean, soon I will have a size of all. Where are my cups? So I have to go in my husband's office. I always have to take my stuff, and I forget half of the thing. Yeah, I forgot. It's not even here. Where is it? Well, I have also a smaller one. But anyway, this little cap is so good. That's so flexible, you see? It's really, really nice, super thin. And this one is really good for the eye area, for the lips, to plump the lips, or to work directly into a wrinkle, like when you have you're both very young and you don't have many wrinkles. But when
I also have
wrinkles
good
arrive,
retouch filter on my Zoom right now.
Well, you don't see it coming, like aging is interesting. I don't know. And then you just put it in the wrinkle, and it's quite good. I love this little mini facial cup. And even for people who had botox, for example, sometimes the big cup cannot stick on the forehead because the skin is too thin, and then they can just use the smaller cup to regain some elasticity after botox.
Interesting. So I could really see this being beneficial for our patients who've gone through like jaw surgeries, or maybe even have some residual numbness from tongue tie releases.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. For TMG, I mean, I'm always talking about beauty. I mean, not always, but it's actually started from medical point of view, So for people who have TMG, who have, like a locked jaw, who grind their teeth at night, people who have sinusitis, people who have headache, people acne, people who have what else can I say? Yes, cystic acne, for example, it's really amazing. Like if you feel you have a cyst coming, you can just put the cup over and then slide a bit, and it decreases. I mean, the cyst is gone within 48 hours. It's like it's really good. So yeah, it has amazing we put it now in the beauty, a bit like gua sha, like gua sha, it's
Mhm.
actually on the body, you're scraping, and then we turn it into a beauty tool. But for medical problems or condition, it can really help as well. Yeah.
So how does the cupping work? Is it the suction brings blood flow there, or does it help to relax the muscle? Is it doing lymphatic drainage? Like how does it work?
That's it. You did it. You said it all. Well done. It's a good summary, Kimi. So the negative pressure, it means suction mainly. Okay. And then it separates the different layer of the skin. Okay, so it release the fascia adhesion. So it's really good, for example, for scar. But very often we also have like stagnation on the face, like so when you do like the cupping, it lifts with different layer of the skin, and it so release the fascia adhesion, see what we call stagnation, blood stagnation. It encourages the flow. Okay, so that's one of my favorite benefits. And then it helps with the lymphatic drainage. So when you do the cupping, when I show in the tutorial, you mainly follow the path of the natural lymphatic drainage pathway. Okay, so you mainly follow, and you always need to start at the neck, as I explained, because the lymphatic drainage ends up at the neck, where it returns to the circulatory system. So if it's the main idea is like, if it's locked here, you can do all the facial in the world, it's not gonna drain. It's the main idea. You need to drain the ending first, so it's ready to receive more excess fluid, excess toxin from your head, your neck, and your face, and so it can drain. Okay, so that's all the facial should start at the neck. So that's very good for very good for lymphatic drainage. It boosts the blood circulation, which is really good to give you the glow. And then it helps as well to increase local collagen. So very often when we have a lack of elasticity, the jowl starting to come up, it's a loss of elasticity coming up. And the cupping will help to regain this elasticity by helping the body to produce more collagen. And so it's quite amazing. It's really, really good, and it feels good. I mean, one of the best benefits as well is like it relaxes you. And doing it before going to bed, many people have reported like sleeping better, or also like if you have like issue with sinusitis, it will really help you to breathe better. Like when you start at the neck stimulating the lymphatic system, you can start, it's like an opening of the channel. You can start to feel you breathing better, and then you start to work actually on your face. It's quite nice. It's a nice little ritual to have.
Yeah. So talk to us about like, how would you open up the neck? Because I get a lot of swelling here, and I can feel that like the duct here gets like blocked off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But then my sister, who's a esthetician, she tells me that like I'm super tight right above the collarbone, and that could be why I get so blocked off.
Yeah, but that's possible. That's possible that there is a blockage here. I mean, my favorite way for the neck is that, well, you can do the cup. Okay, you can do the cup. You start at the corner of the jaw down to the terminus region, which is just above the collarbone. Yeah, here, and you can just squeeze and release the cup a few times. It's very gentle. The lymphatic system just underneath the skin. It needs to be very, very gentle. But the brushes are the best. It's really, you can use any brushes to do like this, like that, and also at the back of your neck. And it's really, really gentle. But if you have a blockage here, you will start to accumulate fluid. And you might work a lot on your jawline, for example, or on your double chin, but it's not gonna work because here it's blocked. So you might actually benefit as well from seeing a lymphatic masseuse, a therapist that does lymphatic massage. It's very gentle, but the brushes, it's a way to do it at home. For me, it's the best way. I love it with the brushes.
Is that what?
And then you can work on your double chin.
Is that what they call dry brushing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dry brushing, but for the face, it needs like to be so soft. And then once you've done that, then you can start on your double chin. So you will do 1, 2, 3. I don't have any oil on me. And then you slide towards here. But as I said, if there is a blockage here, is not gonna drain. So that's why you need to drain first, and then you work on your double chin.
Mm-hmm. We want to introduce the spot for Tots course, a parent's guide for toddlers ages 2 to 5 for Mini Mayo. We have Megan and Kimmy going over nasal hygiene, myofunctional exercises, breathing exercises, tongue tie, healing protocols, and then we have Jenny June going over sleep hygiene and Kelsey Baker going over feeding therapy and body work. The course is $297 and the link will be in the description. So going back to the episode we did a couple of months ago about lymphatic drainage of the face, you have to open up the little ducts first and then work on the face. Is that what you're saying?
It's the same. Exactly the same. Yeah, exactly the same. That's one of the mistakes we forget. I don't know why we don't talk more about the lymphatic system when we talk about the skin health, but it's like essential because we can really do all the work. Like we could do I don't know, like all this abrasive, invasive treatment when actually it's only a blockage here, like it's, it could be a simple problem to solve.
Yeah. So that does help then, like getting that blood flow and drainage and all those things can then also help like bring back like some of that numbness and nerve feeling that we're talking about, right? By kind of opening up those channels. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it also stimulates the nerves. So that's really good. So in case of Bell palsy, you stimulate the trigeminal nerve and that will regain some sensation for people who have lost sensation as well. It's really, really good to work on the nerve. It's amazing, actually.
Yeah. Is there any intraoral work that you can do as well? Or
I know it's a lot of people. I had another podcast as well. People telling me like at the moment intraoral is so popular. You know what? I don't know much about it, and for some reason, I don't like to see the video of people putting the finger inside the mouth. So you know what? Mm-hmm. I was listening actually as well to a podcast very quickly. I didn't listen to the full thing about what's her name? Donna, you must know her. Donna. She's very famous in the US. She was one of the pioneer, we say, of intrabuccal massage. Anyway, I don't know much about it. To say I don't know much about it. I don't know much about it and I don't like to watch a video.
Yeah. you're on the outside. That's fair. That's totally fair.
Fair enough. Yeah.
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 I love it. Oh, I love it. I mean, I just feel like now I need to get the little cups and work on my things too. I'm like ready.
Yeah, like even for the eyes, if we have like puffy eye bag, we want to work, we take all the cream, the thing, but maybe it's actually also a blockage down the neck. So even to work on your eyes, you work on the neck. That's interesting, I think.
Mm-hmm. So if we go back to like what lymph is, it's helps to detox the body, but sometimes it gets blocked up and that's why we get the puffiness. So we have to think about where that watery, if we think of it as goo, like where it would go.
Yeah, because the lymphatic system doesn't have a pump like the circulatory system. We have the heart, it makes the blood move. Okay, the lymphatic system relies on us moving. So when we move, like kids, I mean, if we are healthy, I mean, our lymph should work properly in a way, but sometimes because we don't like, if we don't walk enough, if we don't exercise enough, or if we have like, for some reason, some kind of blockage, if we don't do anything manually, nothing's gonna take off, nothing's gonna do it for us. You know what I mean? So we actually need to do some kind of massage, some brushing, some moving, some exercise to move the lymph. Yeah.
And the touch with lymph, it seems like it has to be super light. And I think that's where a lot of us go wrong is we get our gua sha and we're white knuckling that gua sha and scraping and tugging, aka Megan and I, right?
But that depends what you want to achieve. Though, because like if you that's why I really, really enjoy the brushes. But if you just want to work on your lymphatic system, you will stay light. Okay, you just need to use the brush and you do your full protocol. That's it. Then if you want to go deeper because you want to work on wrinkle, because you want to work on a nerve, because you want to work on your jawline, you want to go a bit bigger, because like this at this point is not only the lymphatic drainage, it's really about tonifying the skin, lifting the different layer of the skin, boosting the blood circulation. So both are okay, you know, it just depends what you want to do.
Awesome. Will you take us through like a little demo of like start to finish what you would do as like a cupping routine?
Yeah, but the thing is like I don't have I still have some powder on my face and I hate doing, you know, I need to clean myself, but I show you without doing it too much. Okay, without
you can go light touch, you can just kind of go through the motion.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so you will start at the neck always, so doing like that is very light. That's for the lymphatic system. 1, 2, 3, like this.
And you do more of like a kind of like pinch and pull versus like holding onto it and moving it up and down.
Exactly, that's called flash cupping. So you just squeeze and release, squeeze and release, squeeze and release. You do it 3 times, then you do it on both sides. I mean, you can, if you want, we'll have another cup. Yes, you can do it. Yeah, but it's difficult. That is great, but it's difficult to maintain the. You just need a little bit of practice. I mean, not much, you know. And it's quite, to be honest, doing both at the same time is really nice. Like this. Then you go on your, that's a preparation. Okay. You go on your chin and then you slide. 1, 2, 3, you slide. 1, 2, 3, you slide. You do the same here. 1, 2, 3, you slide. 1, 2, 3, you slide. Then you go over the jawline. 3. And it's interesting because you really follow if you look online, I show you like that. If you look online at the pathway of the lymphatic system, it's really that on the nasolabial fold. Okay, so you can stay a bit longer. 1, 2, and you slide. Always towards the ears, from the center towards the ears, because there is also lymph node here. Okay, so always you want to do from the like this. And then you want to go like, if you have like big lines here, you can stay longer, but you don't have that much. But yeah, sometimes, you know, some line up here, even when you're not frowning. So you can do 1, 2, 3. That's just a ritual. And then going back here, covering the whole forehead towards the crow's feet and doing it again. I mean, I don't have any oil, but I need like that. Like that. Then you want to do your eyes. I mean, I'm making you a very short.
That's okay. No, it's perfect.
But that's really good for the puffy eyes, like that. Squeeze and release, squeeze and release. No, because the skin under the eyes is super delicate, so you don't want to pull the cup. So only squeeze and release. Same on the other side. And then you can work, for example, for droopy eyelid, like this, like that. And then the lips. I love the lips. Like if you were applying makeup.
Yeah.
So nice for the lips.
Give you a similar look of like the plumping lip glosses that kind of make your lips a little bit more plump.
Oh, you do like that. It makes a funny noise, but that's really good. And then you can finish. That's just a rough protocol. You can finish again with the brushes to return any excess lymph towards the terminus region, or with a gua sha, with your hand, even with the cup, just a little bit. And you're done, you know, like that's roughly, you know, like a main protocol. After you have different, you know, if you want to work on an acne scar, or if you want to work on something specific, you can do different movement. But if you want to do the whole face, like a little ritual before you go to bed, it's like that. It takes about, I don't know. I think I had done it. I time for enough, me it's 5 minutes, you know.
Yeah.
It's not long.
And how often would you do the cupping per day, and then do you also start with a serum or some sort of face lotion so it slides a little nicer?
Oh yeah. I didn't do it because I still have some powder on my face, but if I do the cupping and I don't have a perfect clean face, it doesn't work. So you put like you clean your face. The best is to do it before going to bed, because at night the skin regenerates. Okay, it's at night. Honestly, all the facial, all the expensive product, anything you put on your face, it should be at night. In the day, it should be protection, you know, like in a way, it doesn't, like using expensive stuff, you know, on the face in the day doesn't really work because the reparation is at night. So anything at night. So you clean your face, you put some oil, like prickly pear seed oil, you do the little ritual, and then if you have a very good oil like prickly pear seed oil, you leave it in, and in the morning you wake up like a new person. And yeah, and any expensive stuff that you have, you put it before the oil, and the cupping will help the absorption of active ingredient of your expensive stuff, you know, so it's a win-win.
Awesome. Well, what about like the nasolabial folds? As people get older, this line here around the nose.
I have them quite big. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's quite, I have them quite big, but honestly, if I was not doing cupping, that would be even worse, you know. So there is different way of doing it. So you can use the smaller cup and go directly up, working on the line here, like that on both sides. It's quite nice. And then you can also use the bigger cup, squeeze 1, 2, and then slide it like that. 1, 2. But I cannot do it because I don't have the oil. And slide it like that. So you can move both the combination of the small and the bigger cup. Yeah.
So interesting.
Yeah, they have like interesting meanings as well. You want to know?
Yes, we do. We do want to know.
Okay, so in ancient traditional Chinese medicine face reading, this line were called the purpose line. And purpose line, it means like if you have them deep, you know, maybe you have a good sense of purpose in your life. But if they are really deep, maybe you're bringing something from your ancestries with you. And there was like, there was some, you know, family story that were not solved, or I don't know. I know in our family, they run so deep. Like even when we are kids, we have them, you know. And I have a lot of family story in Syria, my granddad, and there is a lot of hidden stuff that we don't know. And I'm thinking, what are we carrying as a family with these lines? Anyway.
Yeah, kind of like the ancestral trauma is what they call that, right?
Yeah. And they can manifest as well, like if I sort them, maybe my kids won't have this line anymore. Let's see how they grow up. Yeah.
So is there cupping exercises for TMJ? Because so many people get tension in the masseter, which for our listeners who can't see my fingers, it's that area right in front of the ear, that meat strap that goes from the cheekbone down to the edge of the jaw, aka that one that gets really tight if your TMJ is acting up.
Yeah.
Or in the temporalis, like right above the cheekbone in the temple and side of the head. Is there cupping exercises that are good for TMJ?
Yeah, definitely, and it works really, really well. You know, so you go directly into the masseter muscle. You squeeze and you rotate. They don't have the oil. Squeeze and rotate. Squeeze and rotate, and then also you slide. You stimulate. It's a bit stronger than the facial cupping beauty treatment, cosmetic treatment, but squeeze and release, squeeze and release, squeeze and release before going to bed, for example, or even during the day. That's the thing. It's different, you know, when you want just cosmetic, it's better to do it before going to bed. But then if it fits for conditions such as TMJ, you can do it during the day whenever you have time, you know, and you don't need to start by stimulating the lymphatic system. You can go directly into the muscle, and that will really help with this condition.
Okay, thanks so much. Because so many people with TMJ, they end up doing like botox or something to get
give it a try.
Relax.
I have so many testimonials. I try to keep them all, you know, like a screenshot. So many people saying like, oh, it works really well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you're just like, a lot of times if these muscles are in trigger, they'll stay triggered and until they're released, and those muscle knots can kind of let go. Yeah. So that's a beautiful practice to try to help let these muscles relax, so then you're not doing the death squeeze so much.
Exactly. And actually, to be honest, doing the full face can help as well, because it helps to relax the full face and it helps you to relax as well.
Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing today. Megan, do you have any other last minute questions for our dear Sakina?
It's also good. I'm like, okay, now I got to go buy this buy the small face
Buy the
cup.
cup.
I had the bigger cup. So like I used to really struggle with shin splints, and I've had some like sciatica and back stuff over the years that I've used cups on, and it's just been so helpful. I can't even remember the last time I had shin splints, but I'm excited to get the tiny face ones. All the ones I have are definitely too big for me.
No, yes, you need the.
I need yours.
Yeah, and I want to just ask last question here. Doing cupping, if you have that kind of more crepey skin, I think so many women are afraid of making their droopy skin more droopy. What would you have to say to those ladies?
Yeah, fair enough. I understand. But we have to understand that the skin is an amazing organ that contracts and expands and retracts and expands. It's a beautiful organ. And just light stretching for a short period of time will make a skin stronger. A bit like when you do yoga, when you do stretching, you're not making your skin becoming more loose. Okay, so when you have a baby, even when you have a baby, like your skin extends so much, and then you come back. Okay, different women will say different thing, but the baby comes back. Okay, mine is not exactly the same as what it used to be, but it's an extensive, massive stretch for 9 months. Okay, and my skin is almost, I wouldn't say it's almost normal, but it's I don't know how to say. It's okay,
Mm-hmm.
It's okay, but it's been stretched for 9 months non-stop. Here we're talking about light stretching, and we don't let the cup sit on the face. We're just moving them. Light stretching of the skin for a short period of time, increase the blood flow, increase the collagen, separate, lift up all the different fascia adhesion, release the fascia adhesion. It's just great. So no, it's not gonna make your skin loose. I have to say, like, if you're like quite elderly and your skin is so thin and bruises, like easily, maybe cupping is not the best for you. It's not really, if it's too. But if you still have some collagen, your skin is still okay, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not gonna make your skin loose. It's I understand where it comes from, but no.
Mm-hmm. And it's not. Oh, sorry, Megan.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Because I was going to ask about bruising. So go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, it's not like that trend with one of the Kardashians years ago where you'd suck the cup over your lips to try to make them full. It's just like a couple seconds,
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember the trend of the Kardashians.
I don't think
you probably don't want to see it. Yeah, because I think that's too, like, so when I like my cupping experience, because it wasn't on my face sometimes, or like we like bruising, right? And so, but that's kind of the more intense, that's more like letting it sit there for a long time, and that isn't what you're showing us at all.
No, because you move the cup all the time, and a cupping mark is not a bruise. It's different as well. When you have a mark coming up, it's all blood. And I've read some studies actually that they took an extract of a cupping mark, and I forgot exactly what he said, but they said like the blood could say like it was a 10 years old blood. I don't know if we can say that. And I'm not exactly sure about what I'm saying, but I remember like the study saying like it was really all blood. So you really, when you do cupping on the body and you leave the cup on, you bring up the all blood stagnated. It's not the same as a bruise, which is damaged capillaries.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I love it. Well, thank you so much. We've already kind of like, we talked about a little bit in the beginning, but we know you have a ton of amazing content online. And so if people want to go watch it, look at it, where can they find you?
Where can they find me? They can find me on the facial cupping expert on Instagram.
Beautiful.
That's everything.
And what's your website?
thefacialcuppingexpert.com. Easy.
Keeping it easy. I love it. I love it. And of course, if you guys want to find us online, you can find Kimmy at Mouth Muscle Memory. You can find me at NWMFT, and you can find us both at the Munch Bunch podcast. And of course, if you want to find us in person, the Munch Bunch retreat coming November 9th through 12th. Wellness and rejuvenation retreat. And we might just have to work some of this cupping into our retreat as well.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. We got to take care of ourselves. So, all right, you guys, if you have any questions, let us know. And Sakina, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank
Can't
you so
wait to
much for
connect
having
more.
me. Thank you. See you.
Bye.
We have a special offer for our Munch Bunch listeners. To book a virtual consult with Megan, she's offering a discount of $25 off. Just email her, Megan, at nwmyofunctionaltherapy.com or through her website, www.orofacial-myology.com. To book a virtual consult with Kimmy for the $25 off, email her mouthmusclememory@outlook.com or through the website www.mouthmusclememory.com.